Hello, welcome to another video of Friends Green Porsche Prep Book. Now, in this video, we've got a car that we haven't had before. It's a rather dirty at the moment, 997 Carrera GTS. So what we're going to do, in the next clips, we're going to flash back in time and you're going to see us prepping this car for sale in the normal manner in the workshop. However, if you can see, I don't know if I can zoom in, no I can't. Behind me, that sign says Bedford Autodrome. So we're actually at a racetrack in Bedford, quite near to FGP HQ. So anyway, let's flash back. You'll see us prep the car, and then you'll see what we're doing here. The GTS is in the workshop, and the inspection's already been done at this point. And do you know what? We haven't got a lot of work to do on this. It's still work that we always do on the 997s, isn't it? It's no different to any other 997. Have you got the job sheet handy? Should we run through?
Yeah.
Can't explain through what we've got.
So first of all, we've got air conditioning condensers. We do them all
As
the
usual.
time. Refit wiper blades. We've got rear discs and pads. The inner edges of them are just quite badly corroded, so we're going to be doing them. The tandem pump, that's quite badly corroded, so we're going to be doing
The tandem
that.
pump is actually a really common prone issue on these 997s.
Yeah.
So what we'll do actually, should we lift it in the air and we'll show these few faults
Yeah.
that we've got?
Yeah.
Let's get it in the air. Okay, so we're at the front where the air conditioning condensers are, and as you can see, they're still very open and exposed through those front air ducts that basically feed cool air into the radiators that sit behind them. So let's have a look. Obviously they're full of leaves and debris. So this is why you should make sure you get your hoover in there every now and then and just get that debris out, because otherwise that sits there, decomposes and rots out the bottom corners. However, on these, if we look, it's actually in the top corner there that's leaking. You see that damp patch up there? So we actually still had some gas in the system. You've just taken the gas out, haven't you?
Yeah, I think we took out about 400 grams.
So I don't know, maybe they filled up before they sold us the car thinking we wouldn't know what was going on, but anyway. There's our leak. I think that side's okay, isn't it? But it looks old, so of course we'll do the pair together. Should we show those brakes?
Yeah.
You've got one wheel off, haven't you?
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to sit from the top.
Okay, so here we are underneath the car at the rear brakes. If you have a look, the inside face is very corroded there, so we're not getting very good efficiency at all. In fact, it's corroded about halfway across. We can see past that heat shield. The outside face is actually okay, so when you go and look at a car, you may look at it through the wheels and think, right, the discs are all right, but you really need to try and have a look at the back face, because from that angle, you wouldn't know that it needed new discs. What was the measurement on the discs? Did you ever look on the job sheet?
Yeah,
and the PDR report?
26 millimeters was the minimum. These are sitting at 27.
So they've got meat left on them,
Yeah.
but they're just very corroded on the back face, and that's to the point that they're not going to clean up by just giving them a hard drive. So replacing the rear discs, like I was saying, centre lock wheels on these, which is different to a normal 997. There's the centre lock. And there's the special tool you need to move the centre lock. Tandem pump.
Tandem pump up here. Look at your light.
I've got my light.
It's just got quite bad surface corrosion. Obviously, I can.
We're not leaking yet, are we? But
No, but while we're here, while we're prepping the car, it's just nice to do it.
so that will get corroded to the point there's an O-ring seal going around that, and that will start leaking.
Yeah.
Which we don't want. We want to get to it before then. So, yep.
And then we've just got a strip sump plug, and then that's all.
What's going on with the sump plug?
Someone has kindly
Oh, they've rounded off.
stripped that Allen keys.
They've rounded off
Allen key
the,
head,
the
so-
hex head. Okay, so we'll be renewing that. How are you going to get that out?
We'll find out.
So we also had the reversing sensors and the number plate lights not working. Now, when those two aren't working at the same time, it's going to point towards something to do with the loom or the plugs. And then when we inspected the car, we noted that this is a new exhaust back box, and it's got a new vacuum unit up there as well. You can see the hanger fixings up there are brand spanking new, if the camera wants to focus, up there, and that's a new vacuum unit. So somebody's put that on recently, and to do that, the bumper needs to come off. So when they've taken the bumper off, they probably hadn't just plugged the loom back in properly. So sure enough, we took the bumper off, plugged it in. We've now got working reversing sensors and number plate lights. Isn't that right, Ollie?
Yes, it is.
How bright is this torch?
It's too bright. I need sunglasses.
Okay, we're back at Bedford Autodrome. The car's done. So the mechanical bits and pieces have all been completed. It's ready for sale. It's on the website. Let's go through what makes the GTS different to a normal 997 before we go and have some fun out there. So yeah, let's have a look at it. Okay, so the most notable differences. Front end, we have got the splitter along the bottom, and we've got likewise side skirts along the sills there. Very much like the GT2 ones actually. Let me have a look. They kind of flare out a little bit as well, as you can see. The wheels, so they came as standard with these centre lock wheels, which I think are very, very cool, like a GT3 would. And they borrowed that wheel from the Boxer RS Spider. So yeah, I think they're a very cool wheel. Let's have a look at the back ones. Very, very dirty at the moment. Very motorsport derived, having a centre lock wheel. So they're very cool. Now, probably the coolest thing of all, in my mind, the Carrera GTS, even though this isn't a four-wheel drive one, has got the wide body. So you can see those kind of haunched rear arches. We could see it from the side angle as well, actually, couldn't we, when we were looking at that side skirt. Look along the side there. So it's 22mm each side. So like I say, same as the Carrera 4S or the Turbo. But it's a Carrera, so it's rear wheel driven. It's not front wheel driven as well. You can get it in a Carrera 4 GTS as well, which of course would make it four wheel drive. So other smaller bits of detailing, of course, we've got the decals down the side to demonstrate it's a Carrera GTS. We've got the black stone guards on the side, as opposed to the Carrera S or Carrera would come with just transparent ones. So it's much like the older cars, the old air-cooled turbos and whatnot had the black ones on the side. We've got the black casings around the tailpipe tips. And of course, the badging to the rear. So on the inside, what you essentially get with your GTS is some spec that is optioned from standard that doesn't come on the Carrera and the Carrera S. So you get the suede Alcantara centerpieces to the seats that isn't actually available on a Carrera or Carrera S. You get the sports hardback seats as standard, which are available on the Carrera or Carrera S, but obviously were a paint option. We get a suede Alcantara sport design steering wheel. So you couldn't get a suede Alcantara steering wheel with the Carrera or the Carrera S, but you can, as a paid option, get the sport design one with the flappy paddles if it's a PDK car. Again, suede Alcantara on the gears, on the handbrake, sorry. We've got the body coloured centre tunnel, comes as standard on the GTS. We've got the sports switchable exhaust, comes as standard on the GTS. Again, a paid option on the Carrera or Carrera S. And likewise with the Sport Plus mode. What maybe is a bit odd about the GTS is that it doesn't come as standard with the extended leather, which does come as standard on the Carrera S. So if you look at the dash, it's actually a plastic top of the door cards as well. So you could pay to have that on the GTS. I mean, I guess Porsche were thinking it's a GT car or in their GT range, and the GT3s don't come with leather. It's weight saving, I guess. I don't know, it's a bit odd because it comes with all the other features free of charge, if you will, but not that. And of course we've got Carrera GTS on the stainless kick plates and door shuts. Right, if we come out of here and go to the business end, which is where the most significant difference and upgrade is on the Carrera GTS as opposed to the Carrera or Carrera S. We've got the X51 Power Pack engine. So if you remember from a few videos ago, or if you haven't watched it, go and have a look, if you're interested that is. We did a video on a 996 40th anniversary edition, which also comes as standard with the X51 Power Pack engine. So the increase in this car is the Carrera S is 385 horsepower and this is about 405 horsepower, so 20 horsepower more. It hasn't got more torque, but it's got a flatter torque curve, so it holds that peak torque for longer. So more performance in the engine. Porsche have done that by means of a different inlet. The cylinder head has been played with, different camshaft. It's also got a different sump on it. So there we are. There's the kind of rundown of the key features of the GTS. We're at this racetrack. It's actually lunchtime now. We've been out today already. Let's go out and see how it fares. I've got the GoPro with me. I'm going to put it in the car and we'll see how we get on. Lunch is finished now, actually. The cars are out. There's a lot of Porsches here. We'll try and get some clips in the pits. I've actually met one of our customers who just happens to be here in a nice GT3, so we'll see if we can get some shots of that too. Look at, mate, you need a fresh fade. You need a skin fade. He's like something out of an American film. Are you gonna be okay? Tyres are cold. What do they want? You alright? You okay?
You black flagged?
I just had a bit of a moment coming out the pits with cold tyres. It's probably that.
No, it's alright. I was told the Porsche gone out with a camera attached to the windscreen. Well, it's attached firmly on the windscreen.
It's very firmly. I
thought they meant to attach on the outside of the front.
Is that okay?
That looks
That's solid. That's why I got a triple one.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, well, I got the message, I thought it was on the front.
Okay, fine. All right, thank you.
Do I have to come out again? I didn't like that.
Shut up.
Fucking shit me up.
Yeah, when I went out with her, I nearly lost it in the first corner because it was after lunch and the tyres were cold.
Mate, I did the exact, and the GT3 guy did the same.
Did he?
So couldn't be bothered.
You haven't turned it off? I didn't want to see off.
Oh, this fucking guy's doing my head.
Look, he's just so happy about everything, isn't he?
He loves his life.
He's just happy to be here.
Would he let you out with the other 911?
The traction control, even though I've got it off, it still interrupts too much.
Oh really?
Yeah, it pisses me off.
At what point do these turn these up GT3s?
We've got a green one coming up. Are we catching that? Just cutting in. I want to play with it a bit more and it's just cutting in on me. I might get the back in. I've overcooked it a bit there. I've overcooked it a bit there. Catching a GT4 though. Nice. I'll do this GT4 and then we'll stop. She's a beast. Are you going home?
No, I'm just saying thanks for taking it.
That's alright.
I think these guys are heading back to...
They're going, are they?
Yeah.
It's kind of winding down now, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you prefer doing it on your own, like, it's absolutely...
Can concentrate then.
Yeah.
It's harder to concentrate when you've got
Out
something
of
in the
like
car.
100, how hard were you going then?
Yeah, probably 90.
Yeah. It felt, mate, that was epic.
Yeah, probably 90. It's just the car's like, the car's limited, isn't it? Because it's not a GT3. It's not like a track-focused car, really. This is a Carrera S with some fancy Alcantara and a slightly enhanced engine. Like, it's not actually a proper track going.
So they haven't done anything else to the car?
It's got a power pack engine, so it's got about 20 horsepower more. You get the centre lock wheels, which is, they're cool, but they're a bit of a gimmick. They don't actually help when you're on the track. Alcantara to feel like you got a GT3. You just get stuff as standard, like you get the sports exhaust as standard, sports plus as standard. You can get that on a Carrera S, you just have to spec it.
My old neighbour had a 991 GTS.
Yeah, nice. They are nice. It's just that I want the GT3 for doing things like this. Like, it's still the same chassis, the suspension's the same, the brakes are the same. It's essentially the same car. Right, last session of the day, the sun's coming down. I'm nearly out of my second tank of fuel. Let's warm her up and do a couple more hot laps. I've now got a brake light on. There were brand spanking new brake pads at the start of the day, and now they're worn out through to the wear sensor. Just build the speed up, warm the tyres up, warm the brakes up, the worn out brakes that is. Right, we're going to try for a hot lap now, across the start finish line, hard on the brakes, get the nose in and nearly touch that cone on the inside, let the car drift out, get a wheel each side of that drain. Got the chicane coming up, try and brake in the straightest line as possible, keep the curb. Build the speed round here, keep the understeer under control, keep the car to the left to open up the corner to the right. Hard on the brakes here. Then get the car in on the curb. Patient on the throttle, your understeer wide. With the back straight come up here, you can brake and turn in quite late here. Doing about 145, 150 down here today, we'll see what we can get. Quite a bad exit there. Carry the speed, you can let the car drift out here. Hard on the brakes, the end of that curve. Get the nose tucked in. Nose tucked in, then use all the exit, carry the speed. The nose tucked in again, use the curb on the exit, hard on the brakes, into second, turn in early to get a better exit. Quite a sloppy lap so far, to be honest with you. This is a horrible long corner, this. Be patient on the throttle. Let's go for another one. That was a sloppy lap, that one. Carry the speed over the start finish line. straight line across this if you can. Get turned in. Patient on the throttle. Build up the speed, but don't plant the throttle or understeer. Feel the body rolling there compared to that GT3. Hit the curb, he's missed it. Hit the other curb, he's got that one. And then let us pass, Mr. BM. He's not going to let us pass, is he? Right, let us pass now after ruining our lap. Thanks very much, thank you. The speed, you can plant the throttles if you're going to go wide. Brake as late as you dare, and try and have a bit of mercy on the brakes. Well, you wouldn't know it. Get the car in for the cone, let the car drift wide on exit. Then get the nose into that cone and then build up the speed and use all the track on the exit. You can use this concrete runoff here. I think we're catching a BMW M3 CSL E46. Which is pretty cool. Horrible corner. Right, another flying lap. Use the curb. Right, it's a quick exit out of there. Hit that cone. Let the car run wide. Get your wheels either side of that drain so you don't buckle a front wheel. Brake in a straight line into the chicane. Use the curb. Patient on the throttle, otherwise you understeer wide. Keep the car to the left, open up the corner to the right. Hard on the brakes here. Hit that first curb. Hit the second curb, be patient. Use the road on the exit. Turn in late here to open up the exit onto the back straight. Just hit the apex as you leave. Nice bit of wheel spin there. The car was beautifully balanced through there. Quite nice to catch this M3. Carry the speed, use the curb. Tucked in, use that exit. I'm concentrating now, I want to catch this M3 as quickly as possible. all over the place. He's all over the place. Right, it's the end of the day. The sun's gone down. They've waved the checkered flag, so everyone's gone. I'm actually the last in the pit lane here. That was a really enjoyable day. I couldn't recommend a track day high enough to you Porsche owners. It was £120 for the day here at Bedford Autodrome. I did 2 tanks of fuel throughout the day, so it was £200 worth of fuel. And I've worn out my brake pads at best. We'll have to have a look at the discs. I've got a brake pad wear indicator come on. But other than that, the car is unscathed. I was really impressed with it. So what I would recommend, because this car wasn't prepped for this track day, what happened was my friend bumped into me in Tesco and said, oh, we're going to a track day on Saturday, do you want to come? So here we are. So yeah, it was a bit off the cuff. Otherwise, I would have put high performance brake pads on to stop them wearing so quickly. We would have put high temperature brake fluid in, because in that last stint I did some more laps than in the other stints. Throughout the day I was doing probably 6 or 7 laps and then coming and let everything cool down. In that last stint I think I probably did 10 or 12 laps, and on the last lap the brake pedal started going quite close to the floor, so that was a bit scary. I came straight in at that point. So you want high temperature brake fluid to stop that happening, high performance brake pads to stop you from wearing them out and getting a bit more efficiency and braking power out of them, and some braided brake lines as well, just to stop a bit of sponginess to the brake pedal. And yeah, take your car on a track day. But anyway, what do I think of the Carrera GTS? Well, like I say, it performed really well today. Giving it those 2 letters, GTS, gives it very high expectations, because Porsche's GT range are exceptional, aren't they? The GT3, GT2 and all the rest of it, and you're putting it in the same breath as those ones. But I'm not so sure it is that similar to those cars. It's more similar in my mind from today to just a normal Carrera S. Because the chassis is the same and the brakes the same, it goes around that track the same as a Carrera S would. Obviously we've got that performance pack in the engine, but it's only 20 horsepower and it doesn't change the characteristic of the engine itself that much. So I think performance wise it's more of a Carrera S than it is a GT3. If you had a Spectrum of Carrera S GT3, it's definitely nearer here with the Carrera S than it is here with the GT3. However, it's still a very nice thing. It's nice to have these bits and pieces. It is nice to have the performance pack, the X51. It's nice to have the Alcantara suede bits and pieces on the interior, particularly on the seats, which feel lovely. And it's nice that from standard it comes with Sports Plus and sports exhaust, and of course having that wide body and the centre lock wheels is nice. But like I say, it's more of a glorified Carrera S in my mind than a GT3. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I would think of it like the 996 40th anniversary edition. It's where Porsche have kind of raided the parts bin for their standard Carrera rather than developing, you know, a special car. So yeah, that's how I think of it. I think that's how I'm going to wrap up the video. It's getting too dark to even be seen now. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.